Good morning, family. Welcome to the ATM where we assist the matter, we attack the mess. Thank you for coming on in. Please come on in with your thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll appreciate that. We here. Another story about Shanquella Robinson, mysterious debt under disguise of corruption. That's my belief. And under the description, this is part three. We're trying to go into these Cabo six demons. And today we're going to talk about Daejanae Imani Jackson. We don't have much to say. Excuse me. There's nothing too much we can say about her besides talk about the attack that happened with the surface video because I tried to research. Can't find nothing of her. Can't find nothing about that demon. Let me read this disclaimer before I even get into it. The copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 allowance is made for criticism, comment, and news reporting and teaching, educating, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing or infringing. That's that. And the rest is history. It's in my opinion, the public opinion matters. So let's get started. Like I said earlier, guys, nobody could really actually find anything on Daejanae Jackson. I don't know why something is up with this Daejanae Jackson, this attacker. You know, Shanquella what was pronounced dead on the 29th of October in Mexico, Baja California Sur, Mexico, and the villas that they rented on vacation. And these scums, these mutts went to the parents, well, called the parents for one thing, said Shanquella she was not feeling well. She was sick. Then they said she had alcohol poisoning, came back to the U.S. We all know. Without Shanquella with her luggage, claiming that this is what happened with Shanquella to her parents. Later on, this video pops up and will surface all over and expose these demons. So now we as content creators have to figure out and be the detective that the detectives are not being because they've been under a microscope as well because we're watching them. The FBI won't investigate the FBI because all this is a corruption under the disguise of corruption. We know that. So let me do a little bit of background of the little that I found that a lot of other people have found about Daejanae Imani Jackson. Okay, let me start with that. She's an inspiring healthcare professional that what? Wait, hold on. She's an inspiring healthcare professional. How can she? I dare you put her in that category when she can go to another state and beat this young girl viciously. But then you got the nerve and say she is an inspiring healthcare professional. Her profile also noted that she studied at Winston State University. The profile also reveals that she works for Blue Rhino in Greensboro, North Carolina. Wow, this demon, Daejanae. Well, this is the company, Rhino per se. The company official website. They are a propane tank exchange brand, and it remains unclear whether she still currently work there or not into this organization because of the scrutiny that she receives from the public and the public outrage toward the company to have such a demon working for them. So we don't know, and it's unclear that she's still working with them, but I heard that she's not working because of the pressure that the public put on the company, because this is the things we need to do regularly. Once we find out where they're working. But like I said, I'm gonna keep saying in every video that I do with Shanquella Robinson, we have to put pressure on the family members. These are the other scumbags that are opposing them, covering up for them, that we cannot get to them and for them to speak. So now I say put the pressure. Everybody need to put the pressure on Nazir because he's eventually gonna speak up. Well, I was listening yesterday, one of the content creators had a conversation about her best friend, Khalil, that he had a confession or something like that post on TikTok. We don't know these days. These people trying to throw all kind of different monkey wrenches in this here. As close as we get, they're gonna continue to try. So our minds and hearts need to focus. Our third eye need to be wide open. We have to start thinking, thinking, thinking. People, we cannot let the Cabo six demons and their family members and friends come into our chat and disturb our chat. We have to be mindful because whoever is talking about Shanquella and getting the most attraction, they're showing up in numbers with their friends and family. How can six demons go on vacation and commit such a heinous crime against humanity, against a young, inspiring, a true inspiring professional? Is Shanquella Robinson. These demons are devils. They hiding behind a medical, an ITT tech industry, and that's why a lot of these videos of Shanquella's demise is all altered. They all in different sequences, and we as the people have to figure it out because in order for us to find justice, seek justice for Shanquella and get the justice that Shanquella needs so her spirit can rest. We have to dig deep, guys. Even if it's mean the victim Shanquella Robinson exposing some things. Everybody have a past. So we need to get out of our feelings when we hear things about Shanquella that we might not want to hear. In order for us to get justice, these things have to happen. We have to go into the back and the deep ends of the family, not just her family, but everyone else's family, then connect it back to Shanquella. Because we need to find out what Shanquella was into. Why was her demise so sudden and so soon? Even though I believe in my heart, and I'm gonna say it every time I do a video also, that this was planned way before June when the line Nasir said he was asked. Well, I'm not gonna say he did. He lied, but he lied about a lot of things. But he said he was asked to go on that vacation. So what if Nazir was asked to go on that vacation in June, and it was always a plan to do her horn before he really got into it because they were planning this about a year before, and the higher ups got their hands in the cookie jar. We have to. I have two. I'm gonna do a video because I believe in my heart. I'm gonna focus on two different people and try to do a deep dive on these two different people that gonna link me back up to Shanquella. I don't care what nobody said because we need to find out why did they do what they did to Shanquella? What was the motive for them to do what they did to Shanquella? And there's no evidence pointing to these six demons. So who did it if no evidence is pointing to them? And they playing with words, right? They playing with the words. We have to watch that because when I read about the evidence of the autopsy down here in the United States, they played with words because that's one thing I wrote down was out the autopsies I focus on was Let me see what I had wrote down. And they talk about one thing about that wasn't clear, that what happened to her spine. They had the word they used was slightly. She had a slight dents or bruise, whatever it is, within the spinal cord of the attack that caused Shanquella to be dislocated and cause the airway, stop the airway from actually circulating normally that it usually will do. And by them attacking her, I'm gonna say them because it was just because we saw on that video what that monster Daejanae did, others has participated in her demise. And Mackenberg, they are all with everything that's going on. It's very, very corrupt. Is bigger than what we know. And everybody that's out here in the YouTube world need to take a really deep dive into what's going on. Just take a deep dive and get our feelings off our shoulder and focus. Focus. If we want justice for Shanquella, or we just want to come here and play and get the views and the checkpoints and get paid. Are we really trying to seek justice? Well, let me see some of these content creators that seems to, focus on Shanquella and want this to happen. Now, I'm just jumping into. I've been following this case, but I'm just jumping into it. Don't let me come and do the job of y'all creators that been out here. I know we have to work together, but come on, guys. I'm underneath you guys, and I need to see this coming from you guys first because I'm going in a total different route, but we all linking up for the same justice for Shanquella. But yeah, they had something in there, and it was like unclear of evidence, so they could not charge these demons in Shanquella's case because they said no clear evidence, no foul play. So who played a part in causing Shanquella's Robinson demise? How many people was involved? I say everybody at the villa was involved. Who is this journalist, Geraldo Zuniga? What if the higher ups paid him to come in for this case specifically? It's all corruption under disguise. It's it just is a disguise, is a corruption, and it's disguised under corruption. Yes, it is. We have 6 people that was at the villa. Now they playing with words again. The mom, they had an interview with the mom and the dad. They had an interview with the sister. They're taking these people's words and they're turning it around because the sister had the interview. The sister said, let me write down what the sister said. Shanquella's sister, Quilla Long, also expressed doubt about the group of travel mates. Long said in an interview she can just think back from when they came to the house or when Khalil came to the house. She was like, this is why he was pacing, he was sweating, he couldn't contain himself. She thought he was like coming off of some drugs or something. But he was high, he was nervous, like he was just grabbing his beard. It had to be eating him up. These are the words that the sister said. So now we get one of the evil travel mates to come forward. Like we don't know for sure that he posted this on TikTok, but this is a per se. This is just in my opinion. They trying to use the interviews and they're twisting the words around. So if you speaking about he looked like he could be drugged or doing drugs or saying these things, so now he's gonna use this to his advantage and say he's already saying that he wasn't in the room at the time. And now the lying reporter from Mexico, journal from really California, Baja California, is saying that they only had 3 on the video that they can see. So they're going by facts. This is the fact that we can see. So we're not going to implicate anybody else but the people that we can see. They only had three people in the room. So they're saying, so what you're saying, they had Shanquella, they had the one that was filming, and they had the attacker. So that's what they're saying. These are the three people. So they're trying to cover up. See, let me tell you, this is so corrupt and high up. It stink like shout out to Cafe of Knowledge. This is so deep because now they twisting it now. There's another twist. There's only three people that was in the room now. All these people, I believe, in my opinion, I know they're going by fact what they're seeing in the video. Skim that video, open that video up, open it up, go to the phones. Why y'all can't initiate and give the lawyer Susan Robinson authority to go into their phone? They need to ask for this, go and deep dive. I believe the family need to put out a reward or go and get a private investigator have enough money, put that money to use because it's not for you guys for the lavish or personal. It's for you to do the things for Shanquella Robinson justice. So that can go up to some money. Part of that can go towards private investigator. We need someone we can trust because black on black crime is out of control. And when we have the I believe when we have higher ups involved like that, it's going to be hard for you to trust a private investigator to come in unless you have someone out of the area that can come in and help you do something and find out where is all this coming from because they're trying to twist it around now and not have three people involved and let these three be involved. So whoever is involved, they're trying to take their family members out the equation right now. So the higher ups, I'm gonna say it is Elise Hyatt family is trying to get her out of this equation. And we know one thing about it that Shanquella only got with these other folks, these demons mates, because of her best friend. Because Shanquella was not hanging out with these people, guys. She was not. Because you could never go back over 3 years, could never see them hooking up with Shanquella. Now, out of the blue, she goes on vacation with these people. I don't care if they were liking things on Facebook. She was not hanging with them. If I'm on Facebook or on YouTube, I'm gonna have a lot of people might like, some people gonna hate. Everybody not gonna like. A lot of people will hate. Well, anyway, she was rising as a star in a lot of people's eyesight. These demons could not take it, they could not handle it. They were seeing this and they started to hate even more, just like Jacob and Esau and Joseph and his brothers. They saw all this attention that he was getting, and what they did, they plotted. They plotted their own brother. So it's in the Bible that if Joseph's brother they can despise their own brother. Imagine strangers that don't have a affiliated with. They think they're affiliated with Shanquella because they went to college with Shanquella. Notice we have Nazir, Daejanae, and Shanquella all went to Salem State University, right? Winston-Salem State University. Elise, I have to do something on her. I never heard that she went to college, like, big college like them. Where do the other three fit in it? Like the other four? Because Khalil is not doing nothing for himself, haven't produced anything. Malik hasn't produced anything. Winter really hasn't produced anything. At least coming from a family, a prominent family that has a little money. At least the only one out of the whole groups have a little money. I don't know. Jews call himself Jews. Malik, nah. Shanquella was the one that was rising as a star. She shined. I believe God allowed this to happen because God is about to expose the higher ups for who they are. Because if God wanted to intervene and stop what was going on, even though I knew she got an unction of what was going on, some kind of little Trinket in her mind told her to not do it, but she went on this vacation anyway because it was a sudden invite. That's what the family said. She came so quickly and got some luggage and went on this vacation. So they knew if they do this, they knew they were gonna catch her suddenly. Because if she knew way ahead of time that she was going on a vacation, I believe she probably would have done a little homework, had enough time to do a little homework and see who was actually going. But when somebody gets you off guard, it's hard for you to recognize the game, the foolishness, the lies, the schemes, the deceit. You're not going to recognize it until you sit. And then when she realized it, she was in a place, in a space of a lot of demons and wolves around her, trapped her, boxed her, contained her, closed her mouth. After she got that phone, gave that phone call to her mom, was able to give that phone call to her mom, they didn't stop her from doing that because she didn't know what was coming. So she was able to call her mom and tell her mom. So we do have a timeline between 7 and 7:30. So we have to figure all that out starting from 7 to 7:30. When did Shanquella make it there? But all we can say is the dinner. We don't know really the timeline, but we can go by with the mom. So evidently they must have had dinner between 8 and 9 o'clock. We're gonna go on to that. And like I said, this is all about Daejanae. On this one, guys, I'm sorry I didn't have a whole lot to say on Daejanae. And like one of the other creators said, it was hard to find something about her. And when we have that type of case, it's either they're in a foster home and you're not gonna be able to find anything about this because it's supposed to be like a sealed deal, a private thing. It's hard to find what's going on. So we have to figure out who was this attacker. Because in my opinion, I don't believe it was Dejanay, a woman that did this. But what if? What if? Turn it around. What if it was Dejanay? How did we get to Dejanay? How do we get to Dejanay on this level? Good morning. Good morning. I'm just doing a short little video on Dejanay. We're talking about Shanquella today. But we're just trying to figure out where do we go from here, with this case because I'm confused about how we can go from the timeline, how we can go forward from this because if we do not dig deep, we will never find out who ended Shanquella's life and why. But like I said earlier, I believe it's a higher up that come from corruption. And I have an idea and I'm a deep on this one family because they're the family with the most to lose in this case. And that's the family I believe have a lot to do with Shanquella demise and why I don't know. I don't know why they had to take her life and what happened. And like I said earlier, in order for us to dig deep, some things gonna have to come out between the family, the victims, and the perpetrators that committed this crime. So we have to take our feelings out of it, guys. We're gonna have to. That's in order for us to do what we have to do. Because this beginning to be a headache trying to figure out from this point to that point. We just need to sit back and look a little deeper into what happened and why did they have to take her from North Carolina to Mexico and not allow this young lady to return back home. What was in it for these people to do what they did? What did they gain from taking this young girl from her family? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I know I want to come back a little later on and I'm gonna talk about Malik. We need to get into Malik because Malik is the one that got Shanquella on this vacation. Because like I said, I don't believe Shanquella would have went with these people on vacation. Shanquella, we don't have any recollection of Shanquella hanging out with these people, going to clubs or even to a beach or vacation ever, but was Malik. I mean, Khalil. I'm always getting them too confused, bro. I always say the different names, so forgive me for that. But anyway, Khalil, he's the head macho of getting Shanquella into this ring of demons. So we're gonna focus on that. And this person that actually listening to this morning, can you help me out? Do the same and comment on what we're talking about and trying to figure out what happened to Shanquella. Because this is a movie, this is a game for them, but it's not a game for her family and her mother. Because they taking these words that we're speaking and what the family is speaking and they turning the words around. And they're trying to twist it and continue on to confuse us and not to figure out what happened and why and how long did they plan this demise of Shanquella Robinson. Who is these people? Because we can clearly see who is Shanquella Robinson. She's not a saint. Yes, I know that. Shout out to Shanquella for making a difference for the kids. But we cannot forget, we have to start off with the timeline of the mother and figure out, guys, what happened to this young woman and bring these people down and give Shanquella justice. Thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate everything that you guys have done and brought to the table. And let's continue fighting for justice for Shanquella. Again, this is the ATM, attacking the matter, assisting the miss. We thank you. You have a great day, and I'll be back later on. We're going to talk about Malik. I mean, not Malik. I want to say Khalil. I keep saying Malik. I want to say Khalil. Give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to that 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate you. Have a great day. And I'm out. That was my perspective.